Good morning, my lovelies, and happy Wednesday. Yes, it's going to be a great Wednesday, and as you can tell by the title, this is going to be a story time, but it's going to be a rather long, dragged out story time. Sorry, I was trying to see if I could get this off my foundation. So going back in with the Chanel Full Coverage Foundation, and as per usual, I have toned and I have moisturized my face. I don't prime my face just because I've never actually had a face primer. Purchased one myself. I've received some for free, but I've never actually gone out and been like, I'm going to spend money on this today. So as you can see, I almost started in on my eyelid. Today I'm going to try using my concealer on my eyelid instead, and I'm not bringing this foundation all the way up into my eyelid because yes, I've come to realize that I'm just a creasy person. I'm gonna start the story time. I actually did outline it this time, so I won't just start on a tangent like I just did and be like, what are they talking about? Like I do. And this is just, that's what I do because I get super nervous because I don't want to mess up my makeup look or have my makeup be like the entire time I'm recording. Let me just say that my hair has always been long. Well, it was always long. I was born with like 3 or 4 inches of hair, black hair, and then of course as time went by it turned to blonde, so it's really funny. My father would always joke with my mother and be like, hey look, she's the opposite of you, because she would dye her hair blonde, but she has the naturally darker honey slash brown now hair. And of course she didn't like that joke very much. She went along with it though. No, she wasn't just like, murder. So when I was little, and I think this has pretty much been a thing for everyone, not everyone, but it's been a pretty consistent theme what I've seen in TV, is that the popular girls in the TV shows, you know, especially the kids' TV shows, always had long hair when I was growing up. And so I was always like, ooh, I was like, well, if I want to be popular, you know, or have friends in high school, this was my mentality as like a 7-10-year-old kid. I was just like, ooh, I was like, I need to have long hair, that way I can have friends, because that's what the social media at the time, which is TV, taught us. I was gonna go in a little bit more on some trouble spots. As you can see, I don't know when that acne popped up, but hello acne. Okay. I love it that y'all can probably also hear like each little slap on my face that I deal. So I didn't realize that until I was editing yesterday's video. And I mean, all through high school, I'll be honest, the most popular girl in high school did have that long hair. Going in with the Naked Skin by Urban Decay, I just realized that they have like a lot of naked themes for Urban Decay. Cause it's like, Urban Decay has the naked palettes, like the Naked Heat palette, which I will be introducing next week into my routine. Just this week I'm sticking with Modern Renaissance, and then like the Naked Skin. I just now noticed that, sorry. And I'm gonna go much lighter in with this today than I normally do. But like I was saying, this trend kind of was perpetuated in high school because the most popular girl in high school did have really long hair. Didn't look good long hair, but it was really long. Like her hair went to her butt and then some when she didn't trim it years. And so I just let my hair grow out. I was just really lazy. I knew how to do my hair, I knew how to style my hair and all that with it being long, so I was like, why would I put myself in a situation where I don't know what to do with my hair? And I was also in sports, and I didn't really want to have to learn a new way how to put my hair up, because I'll be honest with you, I was really bad at my hair. I didn't learn how to put my hair up in a sleek ponytail until I think I was like 13 or 14. And that's just because I didn't care. It was not a priority. Like heck, I didn't even work on my makeup skills until I was a junior in college. Like, I didn't care. Like, there were priorities in my life, and you can tell that that was not one of them. Ooh, I'm actually kind of happy with this. Doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way up. I'm not worrying about it. I'm going to smudge it out anyway later. So And to top it off in high school, going back to the hair, of course, is that all the TV shows, even now, still do it, where all the girls, like all the main character girls that are in high school, they're like 20-year-old women. I can't say that because I'm one of those. That would play these high schoolers. They would just have the longest hair, and now that I'm older, I recognize that that is actually... Sorry, I'm going in here because I have a lot of lines there that form creases. I'm just gonna... How you're doing this Christmas? God, I'm putting a little mustache on myself. I don't know I was that accurate at doing it, but okay. For example, Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries, all of the girls pretty much had long hair. That's one thing that I remember, is that they all had long hair, and that was coming out, and Pretty Little Liars for the first few seasons, I believe. And those were coming out when I was later in high school as well as early college for me. Don't you want to wake up to this face in the morning? People always complain about my mustache, but I didn't realize it was this bad. So, you know, that was the high school reason for keeping my hair long. And also, I'll be honest, my town really doesn't have very many options when it comes to hairdressers. I made a joke once, and I realized shortly after how true it was, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not a joke. Too soon, too close to reality. That our hairdressers in my little small town know how to do 2 haircuts. I did not use my concealer on my eyelid. I'm gonna have to fix that. They can do a soccer mom. They can do long haircuts. That's pretty much all they know how to do where I'm from. I am gonna go in with a bit of concealer just to prime my eyes, because I'm doing a much heavier eyeshadow look today than I did yesterday. My eyes are now primed, and I'm just gonna leave this little mustache here. So I'm gonna come in a little bit closer so that I can do my eyes. Okay, like I was saying, so I went off to college, and I did go to a bigger university, I'd say, going in with the modern renaissance, of course. I'm gonna go in with the Bon Fresco. Yeah, it's a fresco. I was editing yesterday, and I was like, oh, I think it's fresco. It's fresco. So in college, I went to a college in a bigger town than my hometown. Still not like a ridiculously big town. Still not like New York and stuff. It was definitely one of the bigger towns in Texas. And all the women there that attended that school had long blonde hair. Now, I'm too lazy to actually dye my hair blonde. Surprise, surprise. I know that's a little patchy on this side. I'm fixing it. I'm just a little lot too lazy to dye my hair blonde. Just cause, girl, I don't want to be spending... That's just, no, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, a lot of consideration. And so I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep my hair long. That way I kind of blend in with the other girls at the school. I am back. I went in, I fixed it. It looks a little bit better. It's not like 100%. Now I'm gonna go in with the warm taupe right here. And I'm gonna keep this a little bit more contained. So anyway, back to the story, because that's what we're here for. So, I mean, I just never really had an excuse to cut my hair, or really had even a reason to cut it, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'm happy with it as it is. I don't see why I really need to cut it. I'm gonna go in with the antique bronze right here. Just touching it, getting any excess off. And I'm just gonna keep this kind of low. This is not gonna be my final color, but I do want to keep it lower. And so, I mean, I even studied abroad, you know, but still, even over in, wow, that's a lot of fallout. It's a lot more fallout than I'm used to with this color. Even over in London, they still had a lot of people with long hair. And at my workplace in London, most of the women did still have that long hair, so I was just like, I'm just gonna keep the hair long. You know, there's no point to fight the system. And then I graduated college and I went into work, and guess what? Still long hair, except for the married women. And I never understood why, but it's because the babies. They pull on hair like crazy. This is a hella heavy look. Welcome. So I think that's the darkest I can go with this eye shade without being ridiculous. Also, I'm having quite a bit of fallout here, as you can see. Ignore the sad creases and tiredness. So I'm gonna have to swipe that away with my bake. I'm glad I baked today, because I was like, I don't need to bake that heavy. I did. So I'm gonna go in actually with, this is a MAC 239. This is good little brush, and I'm gonna go into this Mercier color. It's like the very shiny, very pretty main color, and I'm going to put this at the center of my eyelid. Kind of as a graduation gift, my parents paid for and went to London with me, as well as some other cities. And I was just like, yes, I get to go to London, I love it there. This is a hot mess. Let me see if there's anything I can clean on this. Nope, this is just a dark look, welcome. And if this is too dark for you, I don't blame you. I didn't realize how dark it was until I got here. Welcome to the family. I'm gonna go back into Mercier, and I'm going to put this on the very, very inner corners to kind of help fight that contrast. That way it doesn't pull my eyes too close together. As well as highlighting under the brow bone, because it really needs it for this look, because it's such a bold look. Before we even got to London, we got on the plane to go, I think it was like from Dallas to New Jersey. And that may not sound like a bad flight, because it's not terrible, but we were seated on the emergency exit row. Fun fact about American planes and the emergency exit row, you pretty much have to be 15 years of age or older to sit on that row, because they want someone that they know for sure can open the emergency exit and rely on in the emergency exit row just in case something happens. I forgot to smudge, so I'm going back into warm taupe with a smudge brush, and I'm going to smudge that out real quick. There we go. Smudge is done. And so I was sitting in the emergency exit row, and my mom was sitting on the next to me. And lo and behold, here comes the little flight attendant. And I've always been confused as someone that's younger than their age. Don't get me wrong. I often have people be like, oh, are you 14? You're so cute. Oh my gosh, are you 16 or 17? I need to ID you for this movie. I'm 23 at this point. And this was this previous May, and this woman comes over, and the flight attendant, and she goes, oh honey, she's like, we're gonna need to move you from this seat. You have to be 15 or older to sit in the emergency exit row. And I went, oh, that's okay, I'm over 15. And she just got this look on her face like, oh, this is one of those wisecrack children. She was like, no, honey, you have to be over 15 to sit here. This is for everyone's safety. And I was just like, I'm 23. I was like, do you want me to get my driver's license out? Do you want me to get my passport out? Like, you want to go? And so she just kind of paused, and she looked at me, and she's like, I'll go there. She's like, but you're too ready, so you can sit there. And I was just like, that's it? The hair's coming off. Because that made me look so young. It didn't help that I did nothing with my hair, and that like 14-year-olds are now doing like rock star makeup. Like, this is a light makeup day for some of them. Okay, I'm just going in with the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Denim Ink, and I quite like it. And I paired it with a Sephora 22 angled liner, pro angled liner. But I'm gonna do the eyeliner real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay, all done with the liner. I actually did do wings today. I felt that this look was fly, and it needed some wings. I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. So when we got to the London stretch of the trip, you have to remember, I had studied abroad there, and I'd actually befriended one of the hairdressers. Like, he would give me free extensions. It was so cool. My hair at that time was like down to, oh god, the small of my back. So basically it was to my butt. And it had that kind of ombre look just from neglect and it being such old hair that it did that ombre, you know what I'm saying? And I went up to him, and I was like, I want it cut short. I was like, just cut it all off. I was like, I don't care what you do. And he actually wanted to cut it shorter than he did initially. But I was just like, oh, this is a little too much, because that was the shortest my hair had been since I was probably 3 or 4. And I'm not joking. I have always just had ridiculously long hair. I'm gonna have to get my mascara on and then I'll be right back, just because I'm so bad at mascara. We are done with the mascara. I love this mascara combination. It gives me the falsy lashes look with not falsy lashes, because I'm a person that doesn't really like altering my natural appearance as the person that just put this much makeup on. But I mean, I don't like dyeing my hair. I don't like damaging my body to look better, should I say. That's one reason I don't tan or dye my hair or wear falsies, is because that damages your natural lashes. So instead what I do is I use the Diorshow Maximizer 3D. I highly suggest this. This has a growth serum in it. I want to say this is almost $30. With tax, it's probably over $30. And then this is the Dior Addict It-Lash. I love what it does to my lashes. It really lengthens them, and this helps give you volume. So this combination does produce these hella ridiculous lashes. Going back into the NYX Pro palette. Hi guys. He cut it short. And when I say short, it went from my butt to my shoulders. And to me, that was such a big change. I was like, oh my gosh, it's all gone. No. You know, that kind of mentality. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so short. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? I loved it. That's what I did with my life. And oh my gosh, that instantly aged me up to look like I was 20. And I was like, ah, success! This is the secret to anti-youth. If you do stuff with your hair and you can do it well, good. You are good. You don't probably need to cut your hair. I just have naturally straight hair, so I would just let it go straight. I was lazy. So anyway, I got my hair cut in London, and then I went to breakfast the next day at the little hotel, because that's what we got, that special, you know. And the hostess that had been there like the entire time we'd been there was just like, oh my god, I love your hair. She's like, you cut it? Oh my gosh, because she remembered that it was like down to my butt. So the next morning I go into breakfast, and the hostess, who had hair that went to her butt or lower, came up to me and said, she's like, you gave me courage to cut my hair. And I was like, what? And I looked, and her hair literally had been down to her butt, was now like beautiful shoulder length. Oh, I was just like, oh, you look so pretty. And that's the story of how I motivated a stranger to cut their hair. But to top it off, one of my friends that was a foreign exchange student that lived with us, she looked so much like me. I posted on Instagram or something about my haircut, and she was just kind of like, oh my god. She's like, I love that. I'm gonna get my hair cut like that too. And I didn't know if she was being 100% serious. Well, within a week, she posted on her Instagram a picture of her with super, super short hair like I had. And I was like, yes, you've joined the squad. So if you've been thinking about cutting your hair and you have long hair, I suggest it. Go for it. Just have fun with it, dude. It's your hair. I remember when Zoella cut her hair and I was like, oh, what? Okay, I need to do lips because I'm really running out of time, but I love this. I love this hair color. Yay, I love this hair color. I love the haircut idea. Okay, one second, I'm gonna do lip liner. All done. I think this is my favorite part, is just letting the hair down and being like, oh, so papa. If you're thinking about getting a short haircut and you don't know where to go, I would definitely suggest the shoulder length. I cut mine so short the last time, actually, because I knew I was going to a wedding and I didn't want to have to go all the way to one of my neighboring cities again just to get my hair cut, because haircuts are expensive. Also, I love this look. It would bug me when my hair would like get past my shoulders and it'd just be like, So I like this length because it allows my hair to be fluffy naturally without freaking it out. So thank y'all so much for watching. Go make today beautiful. I'm gonna keep pointing at you with this brush. It's terrifying looking, especially up close. So, hope you have a great one. Bye.